Hello, Ed Stride here, personal trainer, elite personal trainer, giving myself my full title, and weight loss expert. Talking in the woods today, funnily enough, talking about New Year's weight loss resolutions, if I can say it. This time of year, where are we now? February, early February. Um, People are starting to wane a little bit. It's the motivation they had a month ago is starting to decrease for any number of reasons. Well, I can come up with one in terms of science, and then kind of look at maybe what to focus on differently so that you kind of get renewed motivation and give you more of a reason to keep going. Well, the reason most people are giving up by now, a lot of the time it's just being able to see results. I mean, that's the thing that spurs us on. We kind of feel what we're doing is working. What we're doing is having some kind of effect that moves us to keep going. And plus, a lot of it now is down to exercise and eating healthy. It's down to choice. I love paleo, and when I say paleo, a realistic version of paleo. I mean, we can't just paleo for me is in itself is great and very scientific, and we're designed to eat certain foods. We're designed to move, but for me, there's lots of other foods to enjoy. So it's kind of that old saying, everything in moderation. That's the key. If we can mostly eat the healthy stuff and make that a big percentage of what we consume, then we're well on our way. But let's face facts. Exercising, eating the right foods, it's a choice. If we go back to paleo times, if you like, our hunter-gatherer ancestors ate what they could forage for and what they could hunt, and they had to move to survive, if you like. They wouldn't have eaten unless they exercised to either get away from something, or that was chasing them, saw them as food, or to eat, or to forage, etc., for their food. So back then, moving and exercise, and it wasn't a choice. Now it is. Now, especially in the Western world, if we want food, I mean, as simple as pick up your telephone and dial a number, or if you really feel like getting in your car and going somewhere, then there's probably a supermarket in very, very close proximity. So a lot of it's choice. And when we kind of, it becomes, I've got to go to the gym again, I've got to sweat, or I've got to eat this food that doesn't taste as nice as some of the other foods on offer. The choice comes in, and why am I doing this? And the habit starts to subside, and before you know it, you're going back to old habits or unhealthier habits, if you like. So in terms of, well, for me, the turnaround is we can't overcome a bad nutrition plan. We can't really eat what we want to eat and rely on exercise to work for us. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. A big percentage of any kind of weight loss result is down to our eating habits. So that should be our primary focus. If we can exercise and fit that into our busy lifestyle, then brilliant. There are so many health benefits, and your metabolism is going to increase as a result. But nutrition, if you focus on your nutrition, that yields you the biggest results in terms of weight loss, and that will, over time, that will make the biggest difference. I find how you measure results can be sometimes misleading and demotivating. And we all use the weighing scales. We all do it. It's so easy. You just jump on the scales. There we go. There's the number. That's the total of all the components of the human body that you weigh. Essentially, though, I mean, you can weigh after doing exercise, eating healthily, especially if exercise that increases your healthy weight, your lean tissue, etc. Muscle comes under this, and other components. That's what we forget. Not all weight gain is bad, and not all weight loss is good. So your shape can be changing, but the number on the scale seems not to change. This is why before and after pictures work so well in my industry, in the fitness industry. How clothes fit. These kind of ways of measuring. Even taking measurements around your waist, circumferences. These are great ways of measuring, because they're not subjective. They will actually tell you if body fat's being lost and something's happening. That's the key. Okay, in terms of other things we focus on, like I said, I think the big thing is those. It's just getting nutrition, making sure that's part of what you do. I'm not someone that preaches that I'll eat, like I love, like I said, paleo. I love the concept, the science behind it. The science backs it up, but I can't do it all the time. Most of the time is enough to get the results that most of us were looking for, unless we want to be ultra lean. That's the key. Okay, hope that has helped. Hope you found that interesting. Actually, I've got a book out at the moment on Amazon Kindle. Although with the Kindle app, you can download it to any device you want. You can search for it under my name, Ed Stride, or it's called the 100-point checklist to permanent weight loss. You can search for that on Amazon, and in most countries it's available. And if you want a free report, weight loss report, and to sign up for my emails, I'll always send out the email tips, try and keep them entertaining, and real world stuff and recipes in there, and meal plans and more of that to follow. If you want that, head over to www.edshealthyweightlosss.co.uk. Okay, I aim to provide you with more information very, very soon. Bye for now.